Picture Paris in 1792, a city teetering on the edge of chaos. The French Revolution has ignited a fire in the hearts of the people, fueled by hunger, rage, and a thirst for change. The guillotine looms large in the public imagination, but the story we're about to tell is far more brutal. This is the story of Princess Lamballe, a woman whose loyalty to her friend, Queen Marie Antoinette, would lead her to a fate so horrific it echoes through history. Forget the clean cut of a blade. This was a death delivered by the hands of a frenzied mob, a moment that reveals the raw, terrifying power of human rage unleashed. Marie-Thérèse Louise de Savoy-Carignan was born in 1749 in Turin, Italy, into a world of unimaginable wealth and privilege. At just 17, she married Louis Alexander de Bourbon, Prince de Lamballe, heir to one of France's greatest fortunes. But tragedy struck swiftly. Her husband died within a year, leaving her a widow at 18. Alone but resilient, she found herself drawn to the glittering court of Versailles. There, amidst the powdered wigs and whispered intrigues, she met a young Austrian princess, Marie Antoinette. Their bond was instant, a rare and genuine friendship in a palace full of deception. Little did she know, this loyalty would set her on a path toward unimaginable horror. In the gilded halls of Versailles, Princess Lamballe became more than a friend to Marie Antoinette. She became family. When Marie Antoinette ascended to the throne as queen, she appointed Lamballe as superintendent of her household, a role of immense trust and responsibility. They were two outsiders in a court of schemers, their friendship a beacon of authenticity. But as France's discontent grew, so did the hatred for the queen. Vicious pamphlets spread lies, accusing Lamballe of scandalous affairs and branding her a traitor. To the revolutionaries, she wasn't just a friend. She was a symbol of everything they despised about the monarchy. A target was painted on her back, and the storm of revolution was about to break. In 1789, the Bastille fell, and with it, the world Princess Lamballe knew. France was unraveling, the monarchy crumbling under the weight of public fury. Aristocrats fled the country in droves, seeking safety abroad. Lamballe was safe in London, urged by friends and family to stay. But a letter from Marie Antoinette changed everything. "I must live and die with her," the queen wrote, and Lamballe's loyalty burned brighter than fear. She wrote her will, knowing the danger, and returned to Paris. Through the chaos of the royal family's failed escape and the mob's invasion of the palace on June 20th, 1792, Lamballe stood by her queen, her courage unshaken even as the flames of revolution closed in. By August 1792, the monarchy was no more. The royal family was locked in the Temple fortress, and Princess Lamballe was torn from her queen's side, thrown into the dark, filthy cells of La Force prison. Paris was a city gripped by panic, with enemy armies marching closer, vowing to destroy it if the royals were harmed. Inside the prison, Lamballe could hear the screams of the September massacres beginning. Mobs stormed the jails, driven by paranoia that spies and traitors lurked within. For 5 days, the streets ran red with blood as prisoners were dragged to their deaths. Trapped in her cell, Lamballe waited, knowing her loyalty to the queen made her the ultimate target. On the morning of September 3rd, 1792, the mob came for Princess Lamballe. 2 guards dragged her from her cell to face a sham tribunal, a mockery of justice. The room was a slaughterhouse, the air thick with the stench of blood and wine. Piles of bodies lay in the courtyard, a chilling backdrop to her trial. The tribunal demanded she swear loyalty to liberty and equality, and hatred for the king and queen. Lamballe stood tall, her voice steady. "I will swear to liberty," she said, "but I cannot swear hatred. It is not in my heart." A man whispered, "Swear, or you're dead." But she refused, her loyalty to Marie Antoinette unwavering. The judge's verdict was chilling. Let Madame be set at liberty. It was a death sentence, a signal to the mob waiting outside. The moment Princess Lamballe was pushed into the courtyard, her fate was sealed. The mob closed in, their faces contorted with hatred for everything she represented. A single blow from a pike or hammer struck her head, her white cap falling, her blonde hair cascading down. Another blow to her forehead sent her crumpling to the ground. The mob descended in a frenzy, stabbing and beating her with pikes and sabers. It was over in moments, but the horror was just beginning. They stripped her body, leaving it naked in the street, and severed her head, a grotesque trophy of their rage. This was no execution. It was a lynching, a ritual of vengeance against a woman whose only crime was her loyalty. The mob wasn't done with Princess Lamballe. Her head, severed and hoisted on a pike, became a weapon of terror. They marched through Paris, a ghastly parade aimed at the temple prison where Marie Antoinette was held. Their goal was psychological torture, to force the queen to confront the fate of her dearest friend. Under the prison windows, they shouted, waving the head, some even demanding the queen kiss its lips. Inside, Marie Antoinette heard the commotion. A guard's blunt words, "They are trying to show you the head of the Princess de Lamballe," sent her collapsing in a scream. The mob had struck a wound deeper than any blade could, using Lamballe's death to torment the queen they despised. The truth of Princess de Lamballe's death is horrifying enough, but myths have twisted it into something even darker. Stories of rape, mutilation, and cannibalism, her heart torn out and eaten, spread like wildfire, fueled by royalist propaganda to demonize the revolutionaries. Yet contemporary records, even from her enemies, tell a different story. Her body was clothed when officials noted her belongings, debunking tales of sexual desecration. Rumors of her head being styled at a hairdresser or hiding secret messages are pure fiction, created for shock. These myths distract from the real tragedy. A woman lynched for her loyalty, her death twisted into a grotesque spectacle by those who needed monsters to fuel their cause. Princess de Lamballe's death was more than a murder, it was a warning. Her loyalty to Marie Antoinette made her a symbol, stripped of humanity by a mob consumed by rage. On September 3, 1792, she faced a sham tribunal, refused to betray her friend, and paid the ultimate price. Her head on a pike became an image of the French Revolution's darkest hour, a moment when empathy was crushed by political fury. The myths that followed only deepened the horror, but the truth is chilling enough. Lamballe was a woman who chose to walk into a city on fire, knowing it might consume her. Her story reminds us of the human cost of revolution, where loyalty can become a death sentence, and a single life can be reduced to a symbol of hate. Her courage and her tragedy endure.